Hey, what's up everyone? The Dan Sandwich here, and today we are back in automation and BeamNG Drive, and this is, without a doubt, the craziest thing I've built in automation so far. And I don't even think that's an exaggeration. Not that I have built a lot of crazy cars, but I've built a couple of them. But this isn't even a car. This is my take on like a UFO sort of thing in automation. And I'm really happy with the way it turned out. This is, an idea I had kicking around for a little while. Something crazy I could do in this game, and I think I did a pretty good job with it. Some of these headlights are a little off, but it's fine. I think it does the job pretty well. So what is this? What actually is this underneath? So let me show you. So this is what it is underneath. It's this race car looking body, kind of like a Koenigsegg Pagani sort of thing, but like a race car. That's what's underneath this, and I picked this because I wanted big performance. I wanted a good handling car. I wanted something that would work pretty well. And that's what I think I got with this as well. This is also electric, because I felt like for a UFO, something like that, I wanted it to be something electric so that it would drive the way a UFO would, if that makes any sense. So that's why I went with electric power. And obviously it's floating. Because of course it is. Why wouldn't it float? So yeah, basically I turned everything invisible, much like I did with that Lego race car I built way back. Everything I painted everything invisible so it doesn't stand out. And yeah, that's how it's floating. Let's take a look at the what's actually powering it. So what I used is a twin turbo V10 as the powertrain. For whatever reason, the V12 was too big to work with all-wheel drive, and I wanted it to be all-wheel drive because of the electric power and just the way that the car works. Apparently, when you're making electric cars in automation, the torque figure is what determines your horsepower in BeamNG when you export it. So it makes about 1,046 electric horsepower in BeamNG Drive. That's what I decided to go with. I'm not going to show you what it sounds like because it's not going to sound like that in BeamNG Drive, even though it's a V10 and I love the way V10 sound. It doesn't really fit. What else we got going on here? So for the chassis, obviously I'm using the best of everything. So carbon fiber, monocoque, carbon fiber. It's mid-engine, quote unquote, because I wanted it to handle like a supercar. So that's what I went with there. Push rod suspension. Obviously, everything is 15 quality because this is space age design. I say space age, but like obviously alien design. So it's crazy. Quality, spam, everything. For whatever reason, the auto manual gave me the best handling and things like that, which is not what you expect, and it's only a four gear gearbox. Now again, in BeamNG Drive it's going to have a 1-gear gearbox because it is an electric car. Again, using the term car very loosely, but we got a electric LSD, 80% to the rear, again that's just for handling purposes. The wheels, semi-slicks. This doesn't really matter too much because I did kind of mess around with I kind of used the offset things to make it so that like the wheels are technically like way out here and out here. Again, for handling purposes, that's what I needed to do. Obviously, carbon ceramic brakes, the best brakes. I got some aerodynamics going on here. It's a one-seater. As you can see, there's one seat in there. It's kind of hard to see. That bubble... It works a lot better in BeamNG Drive, but in automation, that bubble is kind of hard to see through. So let me show you. Obviously, this is all fixtures. Of course, it's all fixtures. So yeah, that's how I built it. Is just by using a bunch of different fixtures. Let's make that dome see-through, more see-through, so I can actually show you what we have on the inside. So, you know, you got one seat, a bunch of levers and stuff like that. I don't know why I put the Android Auto or Apple CarPlay thing there. I thought it was kind of a fun thing. I don't know. I got a bunch of buttons you can press and switches and things like that. Again, you know, normal seat in here. But yeah, that's what I kind of decided to do for that. Let's make that, you know, the window again. Yeah, and then I've got like this big circle thing at the bottom. Those are your daytime running lights. And then the rest of these are all headlights. Those all work as well. I'll turn those on. You can see what that looks like. Super cool, I think. I think it looks super cool. And this big thing in the back here, that's your brake light as well. And that lights up really nicely in BeamNG Drive. What else we got going on here? Yeah, I don't know. It's just it's a UFO. So I got, again, all the best stuff for everything. Testing. Yeah, it weighs a remarkable 2,274 pounds. Again, everything is carbon fiber, so I guess that makes sense. And of course, it doesn't take into account the weight of all of these fixtures and things like that. Yeah, I mean it's an EV, so it's not going to make any noise. I know you can do custom engine noises and things like that that are especially good for like electric vehicles in BeamNG Drive. I think I'll show you here in a little once I jump into BeamNG Drive what it does actually sound like. Obviously, it's like completely silent. I think it fits this vehicle really nicely because it kind of gives it that like spooky like UFO vibe of like you don't hear it coming, but then it's there. I also toyed with the idea of like making a little alien guy to sit in the cockpit, but I messed around with it for a little while and I just couldn't get it to look anything good. I'm not a professional 3D modeler or anything like that, so you know, I just couldn't pull it off. So it's just going to be, you know, like every other car in BeamNG Drive, just nobody sitting in the cockpit. But yeah, this is it definitely my craziest build yet. And it actually exports pretty well into BeamNG. So let's see how this does in BeamNG Drive. I'll run it through a couple tests like I usually do. And yeah, this is just a really, really cool thing. So let's jump over to BeamNG Drive. All right, here we are in BeamNG Drive with this UFO that I made in automation, and yeah, like I said, it exports really well into BeamNG. I guess that window bubble is still kind of hard to see through, but whatever. You can see it is floating off of the ground, and it is naturally making no sound whatsoever. This is all electric. Driving around a little bit. The only thing I have noticed is it does pull to the right for some reason. I don't really know why that is. But it's quick. It does have quite a bit of grip, actually. I did have to kind of make the suspension a little floaty, pun fully intended, just so it does kind of float off the ground a bit. But it drives pretty nicely for being something as ridiculous as this is. Yeah. Oh, it's gonna step out a little bit. I wanted it to oversteer. I did want it to oversteer because I thought that would kind of give it the weird, like, UFO style of flying sort of thing. So, like, you know, the tail is kind of flipping around and stuff like that as it's flying around. So any oversteer is intentional. But it's just a lot of fun to really mess around with. I'm currently driving it with all of the driving aids turned off. Ooh, man, the brakes maybe could be a little bit better. But But yeah, it's pretty good. Pretty good. Obviously this is not a race car necessarily, even though it does have 1,000 electric horses. Did I get the... Oh, I got the interior to work. Awesome. Okay, cool. This is actually... might be the best way to drive this. You can actually see where you're going. I thought maybe this camera angle wouldn't work because of the... like the bubble window, maybe not being able to see through it, but actually this is a pretty good way to drive this. That's cool. Alright, so that works. That's exciting. Do a little spin around right there. That's pretty cool. And the hood cam works as well, so if you want a better view of things, this is probably the best way to like make sure you're really like hitting apexes and stuff. But yeah, it's cool. I think it exported really well. Let's take it for a drive around the automation test track. I think I am gonna put it back into sport mode real quick, just because I don't know, it does drive really fun with all that stuff turned off. But I think if we're gonna be trying to set a lap time, I think we might want to have that stuff turned on. So let's jump into the test track like we've done with all of the cars so far, and see how quickly I can do 2 laps in this thing. Alright, here we go. No sound whatsoever. And it just goes. Alright. Maybe I should have done the interior view for this, but yeah, I'll do that just so I can really see what I'm doing, because it is kind of hard to see around that big bubble thing. Oh, going off course here a little bit. All right. Let's reset. So, trying again. I just noticed there's no speedometer, because I guess I expect, because if you're in the cockpit view, it's going to turn off the in-game speedometer HUD because of they expect there to be one inside the car, but I didn't do that. I probably should have. Going off course once again. Man. Alright. That's fine. I don't expect this to keep up with the supercars and race cars and stuff like that I've tested so far. Exactly, because I mean it's just ridiculous. it's just a ridiculous car. Oh, okay, it's sort of smooth there. I don't know. Is the ESC holding me back here? I think it might be. Actually, I think it drove better with traction control turned off. So let's just do that. So traction control off. Let's just go for it. And now I have a speedometer. I don't know why it wasn't there a second ago. Yeah, I think it actually drives better with traction control turned off. Kind of lets the rear slide out a little bit more than... because you kind of need it. You kind of need to throw the tail into some of these turns, I think. So that's what we're doing. Oh, man. I think I just need to make the brakes better. You know what they say? 4 times the charm? I lost the speedometer again for some reason. That's fine. I don't need to know how fast I'm going. Why would you need that? Maybe I should have replaced the Apple CarPlay screen with a speedometer. That probably would have been a better idea. Oh man, snap oversteer. Oh god. Alright, am I going to be able to complete 2 laps in this thing? Is that a possibility? I might just not be able to. Just wind rush noises the entire time. Obviously, it's an electric vehicle. Man, it just really likes to spin out. Really bumpy along here. Really bumpy. Just no grip. No traction through there. Oh, snap oversteer once again. And into the wall. I don't know if I can get a clean lap in this thing. Maybe I'll try driving it from third person, just because, I don't know, maybe I can actually do it then? I can kind of see where the boundaries of the car are a little bit better. Or, I am calling it a car again. This craft. Yeah, because you can see when I brake there. Again, I wanted the tail to be able to step out, because I wanted it to be able to drive like that. That was part of the design. Yeah, I think I'm a little bit more confident driving this thing in third person. Just how I'm used to driving in this game. It's funny, I've been playing driving games, like, forever, and I've just never gotten comfortable driving and racing games in first person. I know a lot of people prefer it. You know, I drive a car in real life, of course, and that's how you drive a car in real life is from the driver's seat, of course. I've just always been more comfortable driving in games from the third person view. I don't know what the reasoning for that is. It's just how I've always preferred it. See, no issues there in that corner whatsoever. So yeah, I mean, I think part of it too is because it is deceptively fast, because it is so large. You can see the speeds I'm putting up. It's like I'm getting up to some of these turns. I'm hitting like 150 miles an hour, like no problem. And I think that is part of the issue I've been having is just it just goes so fast, and you don't really get the sense of speed for whatever reason in this vehicle. Alright, so this is like, I think my 8th attempt at this. I don't want to speak too soon because I'm just now completing the first lap. But I think I might be able to get 2 laps in without an issue. Tail stepping out a little bit there. Yeah, like I just look down. I'm going like 90 miles an hour. I'm like, whoa, okay, that's a lot faster than I expected. Oh, almost spun out again there. Be able to keep it steady. I think if I can get past this straightaway, the sweeping left-hand turn up here, and then like that double apex, if I can get past here, I think I can finish out the lap no trouble. It feels like I'm going slow just because there's like no engine noise, but like I'm exiting that turn at like 100 miles an hour. I'm like, okay, so I'm not going slowly. It's just a really fast electric car. Up, scrapes the tire wall there a little bit, but that's fine. Again, it's kind of hard to pin the apex on some of these turns because of how wide this thing is. Oh no! Okay, we saved it. All right. Just not very good in the turns. Which again, I didn't tune the suspension to be good in the turns necessarily. I wanted it to have the appearance of floating. And okay, so we are at the end in a 4:16. That's going to be the third fastest time I've tested. So that's, you know, about what I expected. So faster than like the regular cars I've tested. Not as fast as the supercar or the race car I tested. Just because this is not really a race car. I missed that crash at the end. It must have been pretty spectacular because, oh, yeah, the thing was wrecked. So let's see how this does at the drag strip. All right, here we are at the West Coast USA drag strip, as we always do. Driving the UFO. How am I going to stage this, actually? That's a great question. I don't know actually where the front wheels end up. I just have to scoot up until it says it's green. Okay, so we're staged. Here we go. Foot to the floor. AI got a much better start than I did. And only about 149 miles an hour, but a 11.3 at the drag strip. That's pretty quick. I think that's going to be quicker than a lot of the road cars we did. Even though they got a better start off the line, I did actually beat them because I had a shorter overall time in the drag race. So 11.343 for the electric UFO. Let's go. Oh, and we're crashing. And we're crashing. And the seat flew out. For whatever reason, it's a mod seat. That seat always flies out. Don't know why. So yeah, that's it's pretty quick around the track, you know, compared to regular cars. It's pretty quick on the drag strip as well. Again, 1,000 horsepower for something that is shaped like a I don't know what this exactly is shaped like, but it's not shaped like a car. This thing it's quick though. Got to like 200 miles an hour there before I crash. The way it crashes is just so weird. Let's take it to the car jump arena and see how far this thing can fly. All right, we are back at the car jump arena with the UFO I designed in automation. As always, I'm going to be posting a download link to this vehicle on the BeamNG mod pages as well. So if you want to try this thing out for yourself, you know, you can do that there. This thing is a lot of fun to drive, though, just to mess around with it and stuff. I'm just really happy with the way this thing turned out, and I like it a lot. And I hope that you also like it. I don't know. But anyway, let's see how far this thing can fly off the car jump arena. Jump, kind of roll over the hump here, and then floor it. Let's see how fast we can get this thing up to before we get off the jump there. 215 miles an hour, and it's just gonna do like a full backflip, and we're gonna fly all the way past the 500 mark, halfway to the sand. Oh man, it just keeps on going. Man, this thing actually flew, which is, you know, I guess it makes sense. I guess it makes sense that it would fly, because it is flying. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, I was like, I was more keeping track of where it was going. I wasn't even really looking at exactly where it landed. Let's see. Let's try this again. Going off the jump here. And one thing I've noticed is if you keep putting the accelerator down, it'll just keep on flipping, which is great. Yeah, so that's got to be like 700 or something like that. I don't even know how far exactly that thing went, but it went really far. Yeah, there it is. Or what's left of it. The UFO that I made in automation. This thing is just really, really fun to mess around with, and I hope you enjoyed this video. As always, if you want to like this video and subscribe to the channel, that'd be really cool. If you don't want to do those things, that's whatever, man. It's your life. You know, I'm not going to tell you what to do. But yeah, I think I'm going to keep... I don't know. I had a lot of fun making this. The realistic builds are also fun. But I think I kind of liked doing this sort of thing more. But yeah, let me know in the comments what you liked better. My realistic car builds or like this crazy stuff. Because I like doing both. And I might start like intermixing, you know, maybe do one wacky one and then one like realistic one for those who like that. But if, you know, it depends on, I don't know, how this video does or whatever. I guess it doesn't really matter because I just make whatever I want, and if people like it, then they like it. If they don't like it, then that's, you know, their problem. I don't know. Anyway, I'm gonna smash it up a little bit more here, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.